In a totally unexpected turn of events, Round 8 Studio of Neowiz, a company, no, actually a subsidiary of Neowiz itself, has announced that they are bringing an entirely new MMORPG to consoles in 2019. If you're unaware of who Neowiz is or just forgot the damage they recently did, then allow me to refresh your memory. You remember that highly anticipated MMORPG that everyone was super excited for? The game players actually thought would hold them over until Battle for Azeroth, Pantheon, or Ashes of Creation? No, not that one. The other Dead on Arrival one. Yeah, that's the one. Neowiz are responsible for the disaster that is Bless Online. Not even 3 months after launch, and the game has shed almost 95% of its player base. Why? How even? Bugs, translation issues, poor handling, terrible balancing updates, and a general lack of care for the game. Bless Online launched in several countries prior to releasing in North America and Europe and failed in about as many countries as it launched in. So it should come as no surprise that there were improvements that needed to be made. And with a budget of over $60 million, there really should have been. The sheer amount of bugs at launch were, and I'm not even kidding here, just insurmountable. Like FPS issues that players fixed through the use of an ini tweak, translation issues that players fixed through editing basic files in a notepad file, duplication bugs that were present in previous iterations of the game that destroyed the economy, class balancing nerfs that just made the game unplayable. $60 million. $60 million. Where the fuck did it all go? Regardless, with the funding they got through gullible players that purchased Bless Online, Neowiz went ahead and created a small company to tackle the console market called Round 8 Studio. Together with Bandai Namco, Neowiz, Round 8 Studio, plan on releasing a new MMORPG called Bless Unleashed, a free-to-play MMORPG for the Xbox One. The game is billed as an untamed world with a rich backstory created with hardcore MMO gamers in mind, according to a statement directly from Bandai Namco, that is. Bless Unleashed is supposedly being developed with Unreal Engine 4, something a lot of players believe Bless Online should have been released in. And while I personally have no issue with how Bless Online looks, I can see how a lot of players had concerns with the release of Bless in the state, graphically at least, it was in. The game is supposed to feature 5 classes, 2 of which will be the Mage and the Berserker, utilize a deep combo-driven combat system, include competitive PvP, and take place in a vibrant, visually stunning, persistent world. So, essentially, it sounds like they took Bless Online, made it a little prettier, and are re-releasing it for the Xbox One. Bandai went on to say that every aspect, from the story to the combat to the skill progression, has been carefully crafted to portray a new console MMORPG experience. Are you fucking kidding me? And people are actually buying into this new MMORPG experience, just like they did with Bless Online. And don't get me wrong, I bought into Bless as well. I personally am all for giving games a second chance, a chance to improve. But Neowiz just took their dick out and whipped me along with tens of thousands of other people in the face, one after another.
Ladies, whip your dick out, whip your dick out. Don't ask how, just fucking figure it out.
With how little Bless Online receives in the form of updates and how poorly overall the game functions, even just as a playable MMORPG, you'd think barely anyone even worked on the game. That's not true. There is actually quite an active development team for Bless. Just not the Bless you want. When Neowiz formed Round 8 Studio, they split the Bless Online team, wanting to focus their time and effort into Bless Unleashed. It is their new cash grab after all. Bless Online is done after all, it made its sales. So while they continue to maintain the game with a ghost ship of a staff, the main focus of the Bless team will be on Bless Unleashed. Players that thought Bless Online would continue to be actively worked on are clinging to a false hope. Sure, there will continue to be updates, but let's be real here, every other country has dead versions of the game. We're essentially just playing catch up to an unupdated game at this point while they're rebuilding the game into a console port, which is just disgusting. It's abhorrent, repugnant, and any other words that generally mean terrible. I thought Tryon, Gameforge, My.com were all bad, but Neowiz, oh man, they released their failed bug-ridden game with early access packs to try and get as much as they could from players. Then they have the audacity to redirect the focus of the team towards a console iteration of the game to milk more money out of a starving genre? Come on, you have to have some morals. Are you really so thirsty for money that you would abuse the very players that are willing to pay for all of this? Just because that is just sickening at this point. And you know for a fact that they are going to charge for early access and they're going to have founders packs when it initially launches onto consoles. I am not traditionally one to hate on games, especially MMORPGs. I mean, I've hated on a few over the last 2 years of running the channel, sure, but never have I felt such loathing for a company or a game as I do right now. And knowing that a large portion of the console MMO populace is going to play it because they're so starved for content makes this shit even worse because it just validates what Neowiz are doing. It works. Regardless, this video is just more or less of an update on what Bless Unleashed is and where Bless Online itself is going. I have strong feelings on this because I told people that Bless had the potential to be a decent game. I believe that Neowiz were putting in time and effort in attempting to improve this version as it was an all or nothing last ditch effort to save their company. If Bless Online failed, they'd lose everything, and look, it did incredibly, so much so that they're re-releasing it on consoles as a free-to-play title, while the PC port is going to remain buy-to-play. So, my final thoughts on this are that I am disappointed with the company Neowiz itself, and I hope the player base just boycott the game when it launches on consoles. And I say consoles because they mentioned that it will be launching onto Xbox One first, meaning that it therefore has the potential to launch onto other consoles in the future. Anyway, guys, that is it from me. I'm sorry for, I guess, kind of ranting a little bit. It wasn't really the main point of this video, but I just kind of let it all out because I think this is just a terrible thing to do. It's a terrible way to treat the player base, especially when players were so excited for the game, and Neowiz knew this. So, again, I'm sorry. Especially if you were one of the people that are actually enjoying the game and, you know, realize that the player base is actually around about like 1,000 active players. But your best bet is just to, at this point, jump ship. It's only going downhill from here. Anyway, guys, that is it from me. Let me know what you think about Bless Unleashed, Bless Online, and, well, all this shit in the comments below. I would love to hear back from all of you on this and just spark a general discussion on Bless Online, Bless Unleashed, where either of the games are going, where both of the games are going, where you think the genre itself is going. Just hit me up in the comments and I will do my best to reply. With that being said, I am out. Peace.